For the pocket, I'm just gonna have my fabric flat like this, and I'm going to place my pocket on top of it. I'm going to cut around it. So with all of these pieces cut, next I'm going to sew the pocket that's going to go on the front of the shirt. So in order to do this, I am going to stitch this down, and then I'm going to fold this and stitch here with a 1/4 inch allowance. Same thing goes for this side. So I want to make sure I'm following the original fold. Stitch here with a 1/4 inch allowance. I'm going to clip away the excess fabric in the corner here and here so that I can turn it inside out like this and end up with a nice crisp top like this. But I need to now get my curves in line. So in order to do that, I'm going to put my sewing machine on the longest stitch length, and I'm going to do a basting stitch from here to here following the curve. Same thing goes for this side. This is going to make it so that I can gather this part of my pocket to create a curve. So I'm going to hold on to the bottom thread, and I'm just going to pull on that gently. And what that does is that it creates a natural curvature to the pocket. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So the curvature is created, like you can see. It's kind of hard to curve fabrics sometimes. So this is a technique that you can use in order to get it to curve the way you want it to. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Just gently pull on that to create a curve. And then I'll just evenly distribute that curve, or at least those gathers, I should say. And then just let the fabric curl under like this. So you see how this one naturally follows a curve? We have to get this one to do the same thing. So now we have a curve on both sides of the pocket. I'm going to take this to the iron board and press it flat. Now that I'm done pressing, I can actually cut away these threads because those are obviously going to look very messy if I should leave them. Then I'm just gonna turn my pocket over and give it one more press. Of course, you can always do like a square edge pocket. So next I'm going to stitch along here, following this fold that's at the back, and then I'm going to find the placement for my pocket on the front of my shirt and stitch it on. I want to add this patch to my front pocket. So before I even stitch it on, I will have to press this. It has glue at the back. So I'm just going to place it where I want it to be. And then I'm going to take this to my iron, and I'm going to rest the iron on it for an extended period of time. I'm going to use these flathead pins that I have and just pin it in place. Then I'm going to press from the wrong side. So the trick with this is that you want to apply some pressure to just make sure that the glue is activated. So I'm pressing down on my iron, and I'm gonna count to 10. Take it off, and the glue has pretty much been activated. So I'm gonna take my pins out, and you can see that it is stuck in place. but without my pins being there, I'm gonna give it another 10-second press. So now it's literally stuck in place and I can finally stitch the pocket on. The pocket is going to go on this side of the shirt. So I'm just gonna grab that piece and I'm gonna line my shirts up. I'm gonna put the pocket here, and that can pretty much give me this line right here on my cutting board as a guide. And this cutting board comes in so handy. It's from ericajane.co.uk. So you can check her out if you want to buy this cutting board. So I'll just bring this over to here, and I want to make sure that I have the right placement from this stitch line. So I'm going to measure, and I see that it's 1 3/4 of an inch away from the stitch line. So I'm going to make sure that it's the same on my shirt, 1 3/4 of an inch. I can also go ahead and measure from the top if I'd like to get an even more accurate placement. And this should probably come up a little bit more, just a little bit more, like that. I can pin my pocket into place now. And then I can stitch around it. So I'm gonna start from this end. I'm gonna back stitch here, and then I'm gonna come all the way around to give my pocket some extra reinforcement up here, because this is a pressure point and I don't want this to come off of the shirt easily. I'm going to stitch parallel to the first line just in this area right here.